And in motion, headed right.
Ready.
Love gonna air this out to start. He's got Watson. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Set. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Set.
Going run again with Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Ready.
Love on 3rd and short. Escapes the pocket. Gets this one to Watson. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Right.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Set. Hunt. Ready. Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. Touchdown, Green Bay. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Chandler now on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
They just get the play off. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to his... We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Staying on the ground with Jones. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Jones once more. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
It's Jones on the toss. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Looks like they will indeed try at 4th and 2. Here's Jones. And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings tie this game 7-7. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Jaden Reed to return this. And look at this return. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. Packers taking the field now. Their 2nd series of the game coming up. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They stick with Jacobs. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Ready.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Down. Ready.
Love from the gun. Reed's got it. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Ready, ready.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Smith, red. Hut.
Shotgun now for Love. Chase down to his right. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Flush down out to his left. Taking off with it again. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's another Green Bay Packer.
Come on, set. Set, hut.
Love now to throw. Into the hands of Romeo Doubs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Ready.
From the 16. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
On the set.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
10 cycles. Watch out now. 50. Ready. Set, go.
Love now. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ready.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
Love. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. It's Brandon Powell with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. One last play before the break. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He's back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. That's halftime here in Green Bay. I suppose not everyone's the biggest fan of halftime. Okay, we'll skip over the break and get right back to the field. Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Reed. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
Yeah, that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
Ready?
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
5, 97.
27-yard line.
22 needle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
5,
2nd
60.
and 5.
Hut.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take this up to around the 30-yard line.
Cheetah.
Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 3.
Trouble,
Brings up
38.
3rd and 2.
Ready.
Turning to Jacobs on third. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
On the ball.
Working quickly here.
Go. 10. Black shot. Black swap.
Play fake, gets Love. He puts everything behind this one. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Set. Hut.
2nd and 10, Love trying again. Watson with the catch. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Set.
First down throw, here's Love. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way! And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Play action on first down. On the move, headed right. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Straight ahead they go with Jones. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Darnold looking to throw. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Back to throw it. Able to find Hawkinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down read option. He keeps it running right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Touchdown, Minnesota! So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Reichard on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings tie things up at 14. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Reed. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Set, hut. Hey,
They've got a man in motion.
Hey, green.
Man in motion, out of the slot.
Drill, 52. Ready?
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, set. Hut.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Set, ready.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Completes this one to Kraft. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On the ready.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
52 blaster. Set, hut.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. Back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Ready.
Takes the handoff, now Love. And a man is there to knock that away. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they face second down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Let's go now. Set, go.
To the air with Love. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Set.
Looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Striker, 3-3. Ready?
Handoff, running right, Jacobs. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On the double.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Hut, hut.
Jacobs running behind center. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers in range for a game-winning score. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready, ready.
Love out of the shotgun. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Shot, 17. 43 rail. Hut, hut.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. A good pickup of 6 there, but still 13 to go on 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Set.
Looking to throw it. Able to get it to Reed.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
10 cycles. Ready?
Throwing now. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Minnesota spends its second timeout here. Still one more in their pocket to use.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Handoff here to Jacobs. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Second and 6 coming up here.
Check pink. Ready, ready.
Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
And the Vikings going to the dive package here. 3rd down coming up. To throw. He's on the move. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
On now is McManus to kick this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Caught, nice gain left side. And what a play, he scores! They get to the end zone on the final snap, and the huge moment wins them the game. For students of this incredible game, Brock, they'll know just how incredible a finish we all just witnessed. Very rarely does a game end on a walk-off touchdown, and even rarer does it happen on that type of home run play.
Yeah, these fans, they came here hoping for a good game, and they got a great one. They were all just treated to what you and I were treated to, one of the most memorable finishes we've ever called.
So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And, partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Green Bay.